Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. The start of the new year is always a great opportunity to reset, set new goals, and focus on the self, and that includes our health and fitness. I'm DJ Moises. Today, on our second episode for 2026, we're excited to have three amazing coaches in the show. Leo from 516 Studio and Matrix Jiu-Jitsu, a competitive Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete and fitness coach who not only trains the body but also builds discipline. Mike is from Arcanys Fitness, who leads CrossFit classes and calisthenics program designed for all fitness levels. And Marcos also from Arcanys Gym and Vagabond MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete and MMA competitor who brings his expertise to the show. These guys are also Diet in the Box ambassadors and while they're disciplined, so well check that out. No? We'll validate that during the interview. So good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I feel like a professor now. So maybe, so maybe you'd like to greet your fans. Let's start with Leo.
First with you, Coach.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me in Sunstar, and I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to view this interview, and just keep it like simple and natural.
Yes. Oh.
Hi guys, mga viewers, my family and friends who are watching and supporting me. Thank you so much for your support, and yeah, can't wait to answer some interesting questions.
And
Hello
Mike.
guys. Yes, I'm Mike. Thank you, Sir Darwin, for having us here. I hope you guys enjoy. Just sit back and relax.
Sige, so we'll start the first. So it's not, let's treat this like a quiz show. No, just kidding.
Quiz.
So first question. So we'll start with Marcos. No, so you are with Arcanys Gym, no?
Yes.
And also MMA Vagabond.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what got you into this career path?
Well, it started a long time ago. I was coaching from in another gym before during the pandemic, and then did a bit of combat sports, so jiu-jitsu. I did some boxing, and then just now everything has like woven together. So I'm coaching in Arcanys, doing coaching calisthenics class, some high rocks classes, and then at the side I'm competing also as a MMA.
So among all this, I know the ideal answer is all of the above, but if we are to pick one, which among all this is really your main expertise?
I would say martial arts is really my main expertise, but to be honest, over the years I've grown to understand that fitness is really a whole, it's a web, everything is connected. So that's how I approach fitness.
So now let's move to Mike. No? So same question for you. No? So what do you do with Arcanys Gym? No?
So, of course, I coach. I teach fitness over there. But mainly, my focus is CrossFit and calisthenics. In CrossFit side, as related to Coach Marcus's answer, yes, the fitness world is like a whole big web. Everything is connected. I would say CrossFit is a good starting point for you to get into other sports or other like martial arts and stuff, because it's a strength and conditioning type of workout or exercise. So it's really good for a beginner, I would say. But it's just intimidating for some because of the weightlifting side. But if you just do it right, listen to the coach, everything will be fine.
By the way, because for a novice like me, what's the difference between, I know it sounds weird, but I just have to ask this. What's the difference between CrossFit and calisthenics?
Well, CrossFit is like varied. It's a mix of like different kinds of workout or training methods. Calisthenics, on the other hand, is purely body weight training. Yes.
So now I'll move to Leo, no? So what do you do, man said, with 516, no?
Yes. So
Studio.
with 516, that's actually our studio, and I'm bringing the brand with me, Matrix Jiu-Jitsu. So technically, I'm teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kids, teens, and adults. So I bring to the table martial arts for a healthy lifestyle, not just for competitive sports, but bringing everything to the table. So those who are kind of like nervous that, oh, it's martial arts, but actually it's also a lifestyle that you can bring to the table, like being healthy. um, Also teaches you discipline, self-control, especially like the start of the new year, like everyone's unfit. So encouraging everybody to come and train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with us.
Yes.
So, what, Sunny, how did your inclination towards martial arts start? And what brought you eventually to transition into coaching?
Actually, that's a good question, since when my dad died when I was at an early age, around 11 years old, I figured that there would be no father figure that could like help me during that time. So I enrolled in a martial arts gym. So I started with
How
boxing.
old were you at that time?
I was 11.
11.
Yes. So I started with boxing, and after that I did Aikido, and I did a bit of Kung Fu. Then it transitioned to kickboxing, and when I realized that I needed to like put myself into the competitive scene, so I would be like able to apply all these techniques and be confident. So after my run during mixed martial arts, kickboxing and boxing, so I transitioned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I fell in love with, because it's not just about the physicalities, but it also helps you mentally and builds your character.
So, normally as a person, no,
Yes.
I tend to judge the motivation of the person based on the hugot, where it's coming from, which is, I think this is the case, or the vision on where you intend to go. No,
Yes.
that's why you're motivated to do what you do now. So now I'm curious, actually, where's the hugot or the vision coming from?
Really, it comes from a perspective lang good of kanang, you know. So in the past, I've noticed I was already very competitive, no. So yeah, actually, like when I started, I really had no like motivation. Just wanted to learn something new, and really, martial arts brings that aspect where you can learn so much, and there's so much stuff to learn, so much techniques, so much people to learn from, and you get to connect with a lot of very I would say very successful individuals in the area. So meeting Coach Leo, other coaches in the space really can motivate you to also coach other people to help them.
And I think you know, Mike, that I'm heading towards you.
Yeah. That was a good question. Yes. So yeah, padung yun ako. Actually, wala ko'y hugot. I don't have any
hugot.
motivation. Well, because my knowledge, my experience evolve, of course,
Through
the
time,
time
over
experience. So for me, motivation is not really important if you want to work out or train. It's discipline. Yes, because even without motivation, if you have discipline to like still keep working, keep going, even if you're tired, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Well, I will also have to agree, especially on the discipline side, because for intermittent, healthy person
Yes.
like me, usually that's a problem. So speaking of discipline, and this question is for the three of you, what's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning?
Ako na?
Ikaw, Coach.
Okay.
It looks like you're the most eager.
Well, wait, let me answer. Well, literally the first one is cell phone.
Okay.
I-check sa ang time, like kung
Yes.
saan na oras, of course.
Oras, ha.
Yeah, and then, well, depende sa schedule for the day, because with me and Marcus, depende sa mong schedule at the gym. We do shiftings, manggod, so mag-change siya for me, mag-change every 2 weeks. For Marcus, it depends sa among manager if mahatagan siya class or something. But yeah, so depende sa schedule, sa time. If early morning ko, automatic igmata, diretso na dayon CR ready na tanan and stuff.
right.
Diretso na dayon sa gym. But if sa hapon, if I'm in the evening, medyo langay-langay yun. Magdugay-dugay pa sa balay, dagan pa kay extra button and stuff. So nothing really kanang murag special, I think, na preparation. So wala gyud. Yeah.
So to
for me,
make-
normal day lang.
So to make this more random, let's go to Leo.
So normally, like when I wake up in the morning, I check my phone, which is I think it's very common for us. I check the time, especially like checking the schedules with my clients because I do private classes too. Either martial arts or fitness or weightlifting. After that, like I have my diet in a box meal.
Of course.
Of course. So then I go run through my day, but my favorite time to start is I always work out in the morning. Yes. I feel much more energetic during the day rather than have it at night because especially with the crowds like students coming, the gym is always packed. So I'd love my space and time during the morning. So I feel like I'm more complete after I've worked out.
And before I move to Marcos, because I got curious with your answer, is there an ideal time for a person to work out? Because I noticed some are in the morning.
Yes.
The others, they do it also after work,
Right.
which is early evening.
Actually, there's no specific answer to it, but according to depending on the schedule of that person, that specific person, if you're really motivated to like change your lifestyle, you don't have to pick a certain time as long as you can fit that time to your table.
And be consistent.
Yes, and be consistent. So it doesn't have to be intense when you're doing your workouts. You just have to be more consistent. Like small workouts daily can like lead up to better results.
Bisag walking coach pwede.
Right. Yes.
Walking,
I agree.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. How about you, Marcos? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Actually, like nothing special. Just obviously, storya dun sa uyab dapat. Mata na ko. Good morning. Yun, di ba? But other than
Maybe
that,
you want to greet her.
hi. No, actually, just wake up. Obviously, I drink a lot of coffee, so I love waking up and then having some coffee, and then number one routine is always walk my dog. I have a black lab, so obviously it requires a lot of active, walking. So it's good to start the day walking, getting active. Actually, another important factor is getting enough sunlight in the morning. So sunlight exposure actually helps you wake up to start the day. Yeah, other than that, diet in a box, coffee, walk the
Yes.
dog, talk to the girlfriend. Good morning.
So now I'm also curious. What about those who work in the evening? Because I know that I've also heard about the benefits of sunlight. No?
Yes.
And how it opens the day. But for some reason, that's also when they sleep. No? So what's your typical advice for those working on the night shift for them
Yeah.
to be able to still compensate?
Actually, I've worked night shift before. So I've worked 12 hours. So this is 12 hours at 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So I worked this 4 days a week in the past. Actually, it really depends. As what Coach Leo mentioned, there's no specific time that really have to give. Just try to squeeze in a little amount of activity in between your routines. And number one, really listen to your body lang good.
Yes.
Because sometimes over fatigue,
That's right.
you can get sick. So with a night shift, I would really recommend adjusting and know your body and find a time now where you can really adjust the workout schedule. It can be before or after depending on the person.
So I don't know with the three of you, but at least for myself and for most people I know, we have lazy days. No?
Yes.
True.
So how do you keep your discipline or routine in those lazy days? Sige, Mike, we'll start with you.
Ako na said. Okay.
Karon kay wala kay answer. I'm just kidding.
Actually, on those lazy days, that's when the discipline comes in.
That's-
So yeah, you just have to go to the gym no matter what. If you really are feeling lazy or tired, I suggest starting with at least a light load nga lihok-lihok lang sa. Okay, once you get that body moving, mangita na may ginaglain something else buhaton
Right.
nun, and then you get started. Just keep the groove going. So ano lang, hinihinay lang yun.
How about the two of you?
Um, during those days, again, as Mike mentioned, that that's where discipline really comes into play. So, with me, there's a lot of like cursing in my head because I have to get this thing going, and like, you know, that's the most important thing when you as a coach, as a trainer, or someone who looks up to you, you have to like lead by example. And when I just drink my coffee, like everything just changed. It just changes everything. So I grab my coffee, get my diet in a box, and when I start to sweat a little, I start to sweat a little. That's the feeling of like, okay, this is it. I think I'm getting my groove. I'm able to lubricate my joints. Maybe not do something really heavy. So my advice to those
Yeah.
those athletes or aspiring athletes or everyday gym goers to just enjoy the workouts, enjoy the ride in
Yeah,
whatever
true. Enjoy the
sports that you
journey.
do, because if you're super consumed about the things that you really want to do, like your goals, probably you'll get burned out. So number one is enjoy what you're doing. Number two is listen to your body and take a light load. Probably when you need that, like ice cream during the day, okay, I'd rather like give myself an ice cream or some pizza, and the next day I'll just like bawi lang ko, right? So
You can actually
Just-
kuan mong good sa kanang
Yeah.
pwede nimo siya i-play around imong
Yeah.
schedule mong good.
Exactly.
Like
Play around
like
with
what they said, keep saying listen to the body. Number one priority is always rest good kay
Rest
recovery
good.
sa lawas. Kung di ka recover imong lawas properly, di mo sa
Right.
kaalahutay the next sessions nimo and stuff. So yeah, always listen to your
So,
body.
Sige, because but remind me to still ask you the
Yes.
same question,
Sige.
because I'm also drawn towards listening to the body. There are those who work out MWF, TTH, so there are intervals
Intervals.
in between.
Mhm.
But there are also those who work out on successive
Yes.
days. No, is there an advantage or a disadvantage to that?
You go.
Ako, for me, based on what I've seen, it really depends on the person.
Yep.
Some
Yeah,
people
depende
react
yun.
to a certain,
Depending on the goal.
Yeah.
True.
Some people react to a certain training schedule. Sometimes some people improve more 3 times a week.
Yes.
And we really can't control because some people, they have work, they have a
Cannot good,
family. So there are a lot of factors that play into it. So yeah, it can really depends on the person.
You just gotta have to find a way.
Find a way lang
Yes.
good.
So which brings me back to the question
Yeah.
that I also wanted to ask on the follow through and the discipline, because we have lazy days
Yeah.
and we
Yes.
also have priorities that look like valid. No?
Yeah.
So how do you get past those lazy days? No, and discern like, am I just lazy today or I'm just making my reasons
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, actually, same as what you've mentioned. It really depends on why you're being lazy. Is it because you're tired from the previous workouts, or is it more of a mental aspect of laziness? No, for the mental aspect naman, then it's really just discipline lang good.
Yeah.
Push
Yep.
through. Coach Leo's style is a bit more, self-talk. And you have to do this, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for the mental side naman. For the physical side, again, take a rest. It's really fine. That's
Yes.
fine.
I think one of the things that I also capture in the conversation or the common theme that I'm getting, and this is also for our viewers who are thinking, not dito, or thinking, or who have started a program for this year, because one of the challenges is really on the follow through. So I think I like what the three of you, the common theme there is discipline, and it can be translated to just going to of course, listen to the body,
Yeah.
Yeah.
discern if this is like laziness or I'm just making things up, And then if it's just laziness, then just go to the gym, no? And
Yes.
and do movements, no?
Yeah,
Whether
hinihinay
it's
lang.
light
Yeah.
or you need some push like an ice cream,
Walk.
but just do it.
Yeah.
Just do
Yeah.
it.
Can I add something to the
Sige.
question? Another thing that I really emphasize towards my clients is join group classes. You know, build a community and join a community where, you know, like-minded mo tanan ba?
Sure. It
For
helps.
me, Manggod, personally, I don't really like to go to the gym alone at times. You know, sometimes it can be boring. You know, you're very isolated and, you know, it really tends to be quite boring. That's why I really propose to people na ato jud sa mga community, kana mga Arcanys Gym, 516. So join a group class because you really build the connections, build the network, and you grow together. That way you're more inspired ba na mato ka sa gym, you know, meet people and whatnot.
I have something to add sad to that. Ako is more of a tip. Okay, this is for beginners. This is what I did sad when I started back then, 2014 mo ko nag-start. What I did was ni diretso ko og monthly sa gym.
Ah.
Para magunahon ako nga sayang akong gibayran. So I have to go.
Focus
That's
yun.
one way to start.
And yes, no, kay kada murag there's an investment
Yes,
already. So
yes.
there's more reason to
go.
follow through, no? And then katupong kwan is kanang relationship, which
Right.
even applies to work, di ba? Because if the workplace is fun, sometimes people don't want to go to work, but they just there because they
It's
enjoy the
fun,
people that they
yeah.
work with. So that's also what the community does.
True.
So now for Leo, I know that you're not the only one here who's into martial arts, but the question is directed to you. Martial arts is also mental
Yes.
discipline. So when you
Exactly.
train your clients, what focus do you influence them to have?
I'd like to focus more on their patience, because if you're not patient with yourself and you're trying to rush things, you're trying to build a web that's not really stable. So if you're patient about yourself, you're able to start working on your basics, your fundamentals, and once you're able to make that all work together, you can create something over time. So you're gonna improve a set of skills, not just with your fitness, but all along.
No fundamentals. No. Because while you were answering the question, I was also drawn to a story, but this one is judo, and although I think it's fiction, but more of motivational.
Yes.
But he was only taught 3 moves, no?
Yes.
And to do it really well, and ended up as a champion.
Yes, for example, the most common jiu-jitsu move that you see or anyone can see in media or in sports, like when you're watching UFC, is the rear naked choke. So when you learn the rear naked choke, it actually just traps the neck. You can't breathe and you're gonna tap and you're gonna get submitted. So in order for that to work, so you have to master your basics. So first is make sure that you're gonna get your reps, you're gonna drill in different certain positions, and start from things that you're out of control. Because if you think that you're always in control, then it won't work over time. Yes.
Since Mike said true, the question is directed to you. No? So some people, especially those who doesn't look fit enough, are intimidated, no, to go to gyms.
Yeah.
So how do you normally motivate clients, or just in case some of them are watching, what would you normally tell them to get past that insecurity, if we call it that way?
Well, it's different in a CrossFit gym because everyone there is like so supportive. So in Arcanys, every time there's beginners, we always try to make them feel at home.
Yes.
First of all, and then you just have to like guide them most of the time since they're still beginners. As soon as they they develop the fitness, they get comfortable with the movement and stuff, then you can just leave them by themselves.
I can add something else too, and when we're talking about martial arts or jiu-jitsu, people think that I'm super intimidated because
Especially when they get to see experts.
yes, when they get to see like high level belts, or could say like skill sets.
Yeah.
So in our gym, like we welcome like it varies from different gyms, but in our gym in 516 Matrix Jiu-Jitsu, we always welcome the beginners as like we make them feel they're part of the team. So we always ask them like, how are you? How's your day? Um, those simple things matter.
Yes.
So
People
um,
skills.
yeah.
And how about you, Marcos? How do you design programs for people with different fitness levels?
Um, Again, that will depend on the person. I have a few personal clients who are just mga bago dyan, mga beginner, no? So again, it will really vary on the person. Then, as what Coach Leo said, you have to start from the basics, get the fundamentals, because obviously martial arts, CrossFit, every other sport, really different set of movements that you have to learn. And actually, it's not just about the physical, it's really about the mental, your coordination, if you can handle this certain type of movement, or different types of movements that you have to learn. So again, really start with the basic fundamentals. To add to the question kanina, I would advise people, again, group classes or find an accountability partner. Whether that's your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend,
Bring
or
friends.
bring friends, really.
Like
Because
invite them. Like
It's more
yeah,
fun.
it's more fun. That
And-
approach really can, keep you guys as a group together as a community. That way you can, like, hey, let's go run tomorrow now, or hey,
Yeah.
let's do jiu-jitsu.
It builds
or
good habit.
It builds good
Yes.
habits. So I would suggest really go with a group or an accountability partner.
So that somebody will have to check. No?
Yeah. Not really naman necessarily na stricto jud ka, but like,
Yeah.
hey, come on,
But
like,
if you're answerable to somebody.
yeah,
Yes.
I feel so bad, like I didn't work out. Let's work out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
So it's about encouraging also the student.
Yes.
Because normally when a beginner comes in, like it's kind of like unknown feeling that unsa ka ko expect ika ko workout basin yung mapiang ko, or when I lift something and dili na ko kaya yung mauwawan ko. Just try to enroll in that gym and then slowly build up. Okay? Over time you're gonna get better.
And I think all three of you mentioned about fundamentals. I know
Yes.
that you have different programs,
Right.
but the intent of the question is really to level set, no? Kasi basig na yung mga clients na nagdali ba?
Yes.
They wanna see six packs right away.
Right
No?
away.
But they are still on the first few days, no? So how do you normally set the expectation? We are just learning fundamentals here, and then I know separate ang programs, but in each of you, can you tell me what's the fundamental?
Just like in boxing, no, because I also do boxing, so you gotta learn your ABCs. So first, when I'm teaching someone, not just throw a punch, but of course you have to teach them how to defend, like bob, weave, keep your hands up, find your distance, and then eventually we're gonna go back to punching. So start from like your jabs, your straights, your hooks, your uppercuts, and over time you get your repetitions, get more combinations, and then you're gonna get good at it. So that's just over time, just like in lifting. So
same.
you're gonna start with small weights,
And
and then over time you're gonna get good. So you're gonna add more weights and you're gonna get bigger if you take more of your proteins, your carbohydrates. So I suggest for people, go for diet and box.
The analogy that I really like to use actually is kanang learning is like you're like learning a language, good. No, whether it's for CrossFit or Jiu-Jitsu, you have to learn the basics first. Introduction, mga letters, mga basic
Yes.
stuff, and then throughout that time na you learn the basics, then you can eventually learn the conversational part, the different types of vocabulary, and then once you're really fluent, then you can do anything.
Right.
So I really use that analogy. It's like learning a language. Start with the basics, then you eventually evolve through consistency. Number one, consistency, and then you can grow.
Pretty much the same concept.
Same,
Yeah.
good.
So it's like learning how to ride a bike or motorcycle. You can't go straight to a bike not unless you know how to walk or run. So in the CrossFit or Cali side, calisthenics for me is actually a good base training to develop like body control, body weight strength, build muscle. Once you have all that, then you can transition to carrying like heavy weights, heavy loads, and that's what when the CrossFit comes in. But in CrossFit no training, it's like overall naman said. So in one program, everything's there like skill work, strengthening, weightlifting, and then conditioning.
So any one of you can comment now, because I kept on hearing also people talking about core first. No.
Yes.
Can one of you articulate how important is developing the core before you move to the next stage?
I wouldn't say it's that
I-
important.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
It's like murag kuan man siya good, like it's a whole. It's part of a one.
so
whole
it's integrated.
Yeah.
It's already integrated.
So
okay.
it's not really like start with the core para kusgan ko
No.
makaalsa kong stuff and stuff.
Ah,
No, not really.
okay.
You can work on that at the same time as you're working on
As
something
you're
else.
progressing also
Yes.
in the program.
So
I-
kuan
Yeah.
na.
I think people also think about core because, the first thing they see is I want to build abs.
Abs, yeah.
Yes, but again, you'll have to focus on your ABCs, like, start working on your legs to build
Yeah.
more, cut more calories, burn off that calories, then work on your chest, your back, and eventually you can build your core.
Well, not even focusing on the core. Even if you
Yeah.
just do something else.
Exactly.
It
It targets the core already.
Because it's just muscle na covered
Yes.
with fat. So if you lose all those fat, mugawas ang muscle.
So
Those
even
are-
cardio,
And-
no?
Yes.
Cardio.
and diet in a box.
Yeah, and that in the box again.
But yeah,
Of course.
Anyway, Mike, so this question is for you. At what point in your coaching career, were you able to say, "Oh, my clients really trust me"?
When did we start at Chime? That was a while ago. Before pandemic, right? Yeah. So, Chime actually was my first client ever, as a one-on-one. I've always been coaching group sessions or group classes, mga good. Back then, Chime was the first one I've ever had, and then he lasted like years with me training CrossFit and Cali. So yeah, I would say, I don't know, after a year or two, I guess, like siya gyud ako maingon nga he trusts me, and then as I added other clients, I mean they trust me pretty much. So there's for me walay specific year or time nga like nakaingon ko nga they trust me. It's like na naman sad ko'y group classes and they all trust me, I hope. But yeah, so wala jud ko'y specific like time frame.
And for Leo, what's your coaching philosophy, man? Because you seem to be the
Wisest.
the quiet one.
Well,
built good na siya.
So what's your coaching philosophy? man?
Well, my coaching philosophy is about consistency, because if you're not consistent, then you won't see any changes or results. Because in a sense, like when a client comes in, they always want to see results. So I've gotta bring everything to the table to like give them their fundamentals, their basics, make it not hard for them, let them learn to have fun, and over time they see the results, and that's why they keep coming back. Just like Chime, we've also we've also been doing some jiu-jitsu, and he's also competing in a few weeks in Taiwan, so I want to see him win. So
Sige, so the other question also that people are normally curious when they see experts like you guys, were you always active when you were kids?
Ikaw, coach.
yep, with me, I was super restless when I was a kid. Like
Same.
I did basketball, I did soccer, I did swimming, I did Filipino games like takyan and all that stuff. So I was pretty much a hyperactive kid. So if I'm not able to like get out of the classroom, I'm into fights.
So this is like a healthy way of dispensing energy,
Uh,
I think because I was young, I was a bit wild back then, and I didn't have that much of discipline, so I was being scolded. But again, back to when my dad died, so everything changed. I tried to work on my own, and yeah, that's where I am today.
Ako, yeah, very restless as a kid. At kayo, sige dagan. Scolded by my mom, my dad. I think what really mattered, and looking back at it now, is how my parents, approached it. Because I think that's also a very important factor, If, my parents put me into different sports, basketball, soccer, swimming, taekwondo. So I think I don't think it really did play a big factor na, I'm an adult now, it really has changed my coordination, my physicality. So I'm very thankful for my parents. No, they really allowed me to experiment these different types of sports. So yeah, very key at. So again, kamo mga parents, but you have to let your kids do sports.
Do sports.
Do sports good.
Always.
Do sports.
Yeah, moingon kog true no, but in my life it's not true. Yeah, when I was growing up, I mean, wild sa ta, growing up
Yep,
in the
yep.
same time. So I guess pareho ra tag kaagitan na. So very kiat. Yeah, I was always like in the playing grounds sa school, chinning bars and stuff ever since. I never really played sports except for intramurals. Mga apil-apil lang bisag unsa ba for the sake lang para na credits and stuff na score. But that's pretty much it. Oh, pag-abot college, I just played soccer like
Yeah.
a few sessions and stuff, and that's pretty much it. Wala jud koy like sports activity. Kiat lang ko.
Yeah.
I'm very, I would say, hyperactive. Same with Coach
Hyperactive.
Yeah.
Coach Leo, yeah. But then after that, after college and school, everything. So when I started working, diha na ko nag-start working outside for myself. Yeah.
I think it's really different now though because in this era of social media, na tayo mga phones, mga iPad, somewhat kaning, kids right now are
Into gadgets.
into gadgets. So, three of us actually we didn't experience that. So, it's a different era now.
Yes, it's a
and I would say
different era.
all the more parents have to push their kids to do
True.
sports and to move. So, again, we're in the digital era, so I would really advise to mga parents to push their kids.
Limit lang, no? At least
Limit
limit
lang.
sa
Yeah.
phone use.
More sports good.
No, actually, kanang while the three of you were talking, akong takeaway
Yeah.
was kanang
Different
in the
era.
past,
Ah.
and remind me to go to the different kanang phase, no? In the past, when we see kanang kiatan ng mga bata, they're just dismissed, no, as kiat. But there's another way supposedly to redirect the energy. And my analogy is bad, no? It's like having a Labrador, di ba? It's an indicator kung kiat kay ang lab, maybe wala ni siya gilakaw, di ba?
Right.
Yes.
So that's, sorry for the analogy, but that also applies na nga. If a kid is restless, maybe there's too much energy, and it's good to redirect that to some physical activity, like sports. And then
Yes.
kung different era sad, kay naka-remember sad ko, sadly, some parents, not all, pag magkiat-kiat ng bata, tunulan o gadget, diba?
True.
So instead of encouraging the active tendency of the child, mura na na-discourage kay tagaan man og gadget.
Yeah, just to tame them.
To tame them. So murag, in your case then, murag, it's not supposed to be tamed, no?
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be redirected
Right.
to something as productive as sports.
Yeah. Well, I can't say it because I'm not a parent, but okay, I don't have a kid. But just based on my
Maybe next week. Okay, sige, okay.
but yeah, based on my observation lang yun. Yeah, sakto dyan yung gising. The devices are used to tame the kids. Well, again, sports guys, dapat active lifestyle.
Sige, now let's talk about your off days, no? So dili mo lazy, off days lang yun, no? So what do you do when you are not working out, when you're not coaching, no?
Me?
Sige, go.
Well, aside from mag-himog program, because I do that in my free time, man. making the program for the next week na classes.
Okay.
If I'm not-
I was thinking about coding again. Okay, program.
Programming,
Sige.
yeah.
Okay.
If
Sige.
I'm not doing that, wala ra, like anything lang yun. Like kung unsay masud sa utok nga buhaton, laag diri, laag dito, or something. Or chill lang sa balay.
Movies.
Movies.
Okay.
Movies, spend time with the family, spend time with the girlfriend, walk the dog. Ana good ka ng
No, actually, I can see the pattern. No? Kung sino yung kept on mentioning diet on a box, ikaw said is girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
No? Almost every question.
okay. I feel like namagod like at this stage in my life, it's like kanang I'm very narrowed down to unsay ganahan ako buhaton.
Okay.
So spend time with fam, work out.
Sabton lang kay napa sila sa honeymoon stage.
Dili
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Although
Okay.
this is a fitness program, no, so more
Love.
we can reserve your
Okay, sige. Serious,
Sige,
day off nako.
Yeah.
Usually mang sauna really good ko. Sauna. I love going to the sauna. Sauna, sweat out, detox, that's my number one. Or massage.
Do you have any funny client story that will not disclose their names?
Okay.
That you can share to the viewers? Maybe you can start with you. Okay, you said okay. Wala.
I'm still thinking.
Thinking pa.
Yeah.
Ako, I don't think I have. Yeah. Or maybe si Chime, ang funny. I don't know. No. But no, wala ako, yeah. Murag, I don't
Or
think
what's
I
the funniest thing a student has done in your class?
Embarrassing or
I don't wanna drop
Sige.
names lang.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm also not sure, but I think iyang gikumot iyahang suka. Igikuptan lang niya. But that's pretty much it. Ako ma-remember.
Embarrassed to tell the others.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Or embarrassed mo ato sa CR or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Or di na niya kaabot sa CR. So, gikumot na lang. So, I don't know.
Okay, sige. Let's translate that to just vinegar. No?
Okay. Kapoy na kayo sa workout.
Sige, and then, kanina lang po, what's the weirdest fitness myth, no, that you've heard that you want to educate our viewers nga? Di na tinuod, no,
Ako na
when
po
you do
number
that.
one.
No rice?
Sige. Sige,
Gusto mo muna?
Okay,
Ako
okay.
sa
Murag daghan mong answer.
Let's go.
Sige, okay.
Actually, for me, it's more of sa ladies nga side. Because,
yes.
yeah, majority of ladies, mahadlok yun sila mag-alsa og weights.
Yep.
Because they would think, mubulky daw
Madako sila.
which is not entirely true. Dili gyud. Unless you're taking some supplement or whatever na pang padako gyud or pang pa-change sa hormones or whatever. So, yeah. But women doesn't produce enough testosterone as men. I mean, ako, men. As much to develop or build muscle.
So it's
So,
okay for them to
Okay
live.
gyud kayo. Anyone
good.
is, yeah, for any age, anyone is okay gyud. Any age, any sex.
So may mga myth eh.
Sige na si Leo, ni volunteer.
Sige, muna na.
Normally, like,
lang.
sa sulti nila is in Bisaya na if mo alsa kay kagbugat kay mo gamay daw imuha. But it's not true. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
I think it's more
We can
of,
leave it at that. Number one.
I think sa illusion lang.
Yes.
Kay mudako man ka, so
Yes.
gamay tanawon.
I think so.
I
Okay.
think, yeah. But it's not true. I think kanang sa roids lang. Kanang mga illegal stuff.
Yes,
na they-
steroids.
I
Steroids
know
that-
there's a side effect daw nga mo.
Yeah.
Hiyos ang egg. Kana lang.
Kana.
Oh, sige. Let's leave it at that. And then,
Another fitness myth kanang ka-experience mo ni coach kanang mga na sila.
Why would you
mga-
ask me?
Wala lang. Like, okay. Dili daw ipaalsa, dili pa daw ipalift ang mga bata kaya they won't grow
Di mo tubo.
daw.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
heard of that.
So that's a very typical
That's true.
saying, ay, di na ako ipaalsa kaya dili na mo
So,
tubo.
people,
That's not true.
parents are quite worried na dili nila
Kung
pasahon
mag-lift,
ng
no, kaya
ang
di
mga bata.
mataas.
Dili
But it
grow.
actually like
Helps grow. Good.
helps build their their muscles, their growth hormone mismo.
Kanang mga Olympians, they started all
Very young.
like
Yes.
very, very young.
Actually in China like very kuan gina sila kanang grabe kina sila silang
Kids.
Olympic training,
training,
no, sa
yeah.
with the kids, and then
Strict
seeing them grow over time, mga pila na ka years, grabe kay ka-develop ang ilang athletes kid. So I don't believe in
That's
that
not true.
myth.
Grabe, tinod.
I think that's a good point because I've heard
Yeah.
about that also.
Yeah.
Ayaw sa palsaha kay basin dili mo taas. Oh. Next question din ako is how about kanang, although this is a naive nga question ha, but maybe some of our viewers could relate to the question. How about maligo after workout? No, kaya naman ay mga sulti nga, mapas mo ka.
No, to me that's not true, Sad.
Okay.
I would say rest
regardless
lang.
of whether
Yeah.
cold or warm water.
Yeah, I mean, some athletes even do ice bath
bath
right away
Yes.
after a
Oh,
workout.
okay.
So that's fine.
So
It's
like
okay rin yun.
immediate, di po immediate. Like,
No.
like labi dong, immediately after workout, it is fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Pwede
Yes,
rin yun.
it's fine.
Wala gyud kaso.
Okay.
Unless
No.
you have like a medical problem,
Yeah.
Medical
health
problem.
issue.
Oh,
Hindi ka
I can
pwede.
add something to that. Probably mo kaingon sila na
Kay mapas mo
dili
daw.
maligo is because probably kanang hago ilang mata or hago ang ilang lawas kaayo to that
Kana
point na murag kag takigan niya maligo gyapon ka.
So
it
there's
goes
already
back
a
to the-
symptom.
yes, it goes back to the question na you have to listen to your body.
Kana Sad.
So like kanang murag gitugno man karon murag mo takigan niya murag di lang sa siguro ko maligo.
Okay.
Oh.
Which is typical.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pero
So,
going back, it's actually a myth. Na, yeah, kuan lang kanang ligo lang because again, you don't wanna get warts or anything after training because
Samot sa mga
Yes.
sport kay contact to physical contact
Yeah.
siya.
yes,
Mm.
Wala sila yung
So
social
hygiene is
distance.
yes,
essential.
Yeah,
always.
Samoa.
Pero
I think everyone.
but I hope no kanang our viewers were able to capture that kaya ang ako nahibalaan is pwede but warm water, but you also made a good point about ice
Ice bath,
yes.
yeah.
which is obviously not warm.
Yeah. So it's fine.
It's fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Okay. Sige, now let's go into, do you have cheat meals?
Yes.
Yes.
Agoy. Sige, tell us about your cheat meals.
For
So-
me, I like fried chicken a lot. I like fried chicken. For me, depends lang good on the rest day, no. It's like say feel na ko, comfort food na ko, fried chicken gina.
Ako,
Pero how do you stop yourself? Okay, I've also read somewhere na 'di ba kanang there are those who are like me, kanang fit and then unfit and then unfit and then unfit. Then there's a story that I read, there's a study that I read, and I could also affirm in my own journey, it all starts when I decide to pour just one glass of a soft drink. And then the rest is history. Kana. So, that means night cheat days, but how do you stop like enough na nga cheating with food, ha?
With food.
Oh, kana like fried chicken, kana mo yung ka nga enough na ni siya.
I don't know, for me, the mindset man good is kanang I've really put in the work throughout the whole week. So like I deserve it, and like on the next day, bawi ra gyapon.
Because apart from the question, we're also athletes, so we burn so much
Yeah, we burn
calories.
so much man good.
So compared to people na murag kanang everyday gym goer lang na naglift lang but not as intense as us. So I think murag ang akong masulti ninyo is you just count your calories lang. Yes.
Or change find other alternatives to
Yes.
saying
I mean, dili man sa ingon na dili bawal to drink Coke because
Coke Zero
at
na
the end
lang.
of the day, you can
You mentioned
always
mo sa brand. Okay, so you continue.
Zero.
Okay.
kanang soda na may line options like you can find zeros, zero calorie sweeteners. Ganahan ko mainom mo coffee but ganahan ko something sweet. So you can add like Splenda, so 0 calories. So you can, because back in those days in the 90s, like people eat na murag kanang steamed chicken lang and then broccoli nya murag kung ikaw as a starter ba murag mukaon ka na murag luod na kayo
Bland kayo.
di na mo ganahan mo
Hard-boiled
usab ani the next week kay murag you can't be more
Enjoy.
consistent and enjoy it ba. So goes back again to that in a box. But yes, you're
Yeah.
done with your
Kana, for me, alternatives, that's really a good option. If you're craving sweets, get some fruit.
Yes.
Or sa pa may mga alternatives, there are fruits, kana mga zeros.
Yes.
And just find other healthier alternatives that can please your cravings. Normal
Pero
man.
I think I'll be more specific good kang Mike because I'm also getting the pattern no, which is still discipline or
Discipline, yes,
alternatives.
yes.
No? But maybe you can come up with
Ako,
another...
I have a different.
different. Sige,
Yeah,
go.
I have a different view when
Okay.
it comes to nutrition.
Oh nga,
or diet.
they just for example, just one fried chicken, but how to eventually stop the
Eventually.
murag, this is too much of kay murag that's how people would sana oscillate ba? Na kanang fit, and then unfit again,
Well, lahi gyud ako am good. Kay I
Okay.
don't really like go for a strict diet.
Okay.
So, I mean, aside from diet in a box, sometimes gani bakulangan pa ko sa diet in a box. So, I add something else, palit ko or luto or something. Ang ako lang, I just try to keep it simple ra gyud. Mura gyud ako ibalik-balik always sa akong mga clients when they ask me unsa daw akong diet or unsay nindot nga diet. I would just tell them like keep it simple. If you want to get lean, you want to lose weight, control your intake, gamay lang nga portions. If you want to bulk up, build muscle, go for more calories, more protein. Ano lang, just keep it simple ra gyud.
And what are your thoughts about kanipo diyan? What are your thoughts about especially karon kay New Year ba people would hear about kanang mga fad diets? Unsay thoughts ninyo about it? Okay, there are also kanang different inputs said about this is a better one, this is a better one.
Yeah.
Mas better yun ang diet in a box.
Aside from diet in a box.
From what I've learned kanang over the years, it depends again.
I've heard also about a little of everything lang.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends good on the person. Some people react to a bit more high
Yes.
fat, high protein, low carb. Some people react better to high carb.
They also fast,
So,
right?
depends
Depende
on
sa
the-
nasa digestion sa
Yeah,
person.
I think it
Okay.
depends on from person to person basis.
Ang body type sad.
body
Body
type.
types.
body types.
So I think murag the takeaway here is before they even start to do something, they have to consult an expert, no?
They can.
They
Rather than just reading it from somewhere or being told by somebody, and it might not be the same body type as theirs.
True.
Yes.
So you can experiment naman on
Yeah.
with yourself, like try maybe a bit more lower carbs.
Yeah.
See how you feel.
See
That's
how
what
you
really
feel.
matters. Say feeling nimo sa imong lawas ba? Are you feeling high energy, low energy? Then from there, vary lang nimo.
Yeah.
And then just find the right ratios na in terms of your carbohydrates, protein.
It's a trial and error process.
Trial and error.
Konde, kani. 1 cup of rice is okay
Yes.
It's fine.
every
It's
day.
fine. Every day.
Every day is fine.
Okay. 3
Nagilty
cups.
ka?
3 cups of rice
So,
every day.
Okay ra.
Okay gihapon?
If you don't eat it in one sitting.
Oh no
Yes.
no no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per
Very
meal.
good.
Pero I think qualify that daw ba when you say you're not eating it in one sitting daw. Because it's like kung ako lang ba lay person, addition lang 3 cups in a day. Pwede po 3 cups in one meal and then skip the other or breakfast, lunch, dinner 1 cup each.
If you're gonna intermittent, I guess. No? It
Yeah.
sounds
Intermittent.
intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Fasting. Depende rin siya sa person.
Yeah. Kung unsay makauyon
kung
gid
unsay
mo.
makauyon
And
din.
also the activity.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think you brought that up also earlier, no?
Oh, yeah.
So-
if your activity is intense, then chances are you also need more input,
energy.
More
Input.
calories.
More calories.
Age also really matters. You know, kanang mga
Athletes.
younger athletes,
Students.
only rice, kanang,
Yeah.
you know, they can eat
Yeah, they're
as
still
much
growing,
rice as
yeah.
they want. But right now, like, you know, I'm 28 right now, so I have to monitor na gamay and sa eat na
Mahinay
ko.
ng digestion.
Yeah,
So during holidays, like may lechon and you want to eat a lot of
Skin,
portions, di ba? Sa
Sa
skin.
skin, siya mo na
So
maka-fat.
ako kay mukuha lang ko gamay and then I eat the tenderloin. So kanang that's the lesser fat portion. So I mean I enjoy it. Yeah.
Sige, for each of you, what's the or daghan man, but pick just one, no? What's the favorite excuse that you hear from your clients, no? Na they cannot work out today?
Oh, excuse me.
Busy kayo.
Favorite or common?
Common.
Common.
Common?
Sige, common.
I would say
Just one lang, one each.
I would say wala ko'y time.
Yeah.
Usually they would say that. I think.
And then,
Busy
how
kayo,
do you
time.
encourage them to get past that? Because I also say that a lot.
Kuan, depende siguro sa imong work time. If your work is like morning, you can work out in the evening.
Okay.
If manggabi isa ka graveyard or whatever, you can work out in the morning or afternoon before your shift.
So how do you, so for example, in that case, if you're my coach and then I'll say, wala man ko'y time, and then establish nga di mo ang pattern ba nga murag 2 weeks na ni siyang walay time. What do you tell me?
Well, first, before ta nag-start sa itong session, I would ask unsa imong schedule.
Okay.
Yeah. So if once I know unsa imong schedule, then we set the time nga kana fix ta
Kanang
mo
good.
gid nga time ato.
Kanang good.
If you can't come in, that's your fault na. Yeah, sayang kayo.
Sayang
Okay.
kayang
Okay,
bayad.
ikaw may ni
Sige.
absent.
Oh.
Yeah, nanay gyud tay specific time which
Nga na mo'y
mo na
kasabutan.
imuhang na set ya for yourself. Yeah, if you're not coming in, then wala sayang gyud siya.
Okay.
Yes.
To
So,
add-
wala gyud kay excuse.
To add sa iyahang answer kay, for me, I also have mga personal clients. Muato jud ko silang balay morning. So they're really not necessarily forced, but they really have to do the
If it
do
nga
the
na-
work.
nga
Do the work,
coaching,
yeah.
then yes, wag gyud sila choice.
What did sila
Maka-workout gyud
choice?
sila.
Muato jud ko sa, you know. you have
So
to-
what's their favorite excuse or common excuse man sir?
sa man,
Aside
ayun.
from walay time, no? Because I
Kung-
say that a lot.
Yeah. For me, mga gym goers man.
Oh,
Sa imo ha,
yeah.
sa imong clients na moadto ka sa
So far actually sa akong mga clients, like ganahan kay ko sa akong mga clients kay mga disiplina gid kaayo. Tunga jud sila ba? So mga clients, thank you.
Okay.
To my clients, thank you for trusting me.
What can the end?
pero, pero,
Okay, sige.
pero I've experienced pod na kanang busy kay sila and they couldn't find the time to, you know, come in and do the training mismo. So what I do is I always contact them na asa man ka unsa may gibuhat nimo karon, unsa may lakaw nimo ron. I always find ways yet. So it's not just like you're my client na kanang natay kasabutan ron, but if you say na kanang maglisod man ko karon kanang okay, we can just move it on at an earlier time para at least na maka-workout yapon ka.
I did. Sige, continue.
But if no choice na gid, so
Mabuhat.
what ay mabuhat, then
Yeah.
I tell them na okay, just do something lang, something active para mabawi nimo today.
No, I'm reminded about that because the mga many years ago when I also kept on giving that reason, I think murag dibalik ta sa katong murag nakuha na nako where the thought process was. And then I also go into personal training man. And then the coach actually said, you just go to the gym and then regardless, no, but do something.
Do something.
Do something.
Yes.
Anything lang.
So
Walking
which kato naka-recall ko sa
Yes.
katong inyong gisulti ganina nga just
Show
go
up
there,
lang.
show
Just
up
go
lang,
there.
and then ano,
Yeah.
and then do something.
Start slow.
Regardless.
Ano?
Start
Even
slow.
even
Oh.
with walking lang.
Walking.
Like,
Yeah.
you can count your
Treadmill
steps
lang,
per day, like 10,000 steps or more than that.
Wala to.
Yeah.
Sige, so because I think we're already on the nakabantay ko on the winding part, no? So I think for our viewers pa, because it's also New Year, so reverse ta kaganina katong ang atong gi-prevent din is for those who would want to work out, and then kutob na sa January, no? Pagka Feb, March,
Wala na.
gone,
Wala
no?
na.
And then see you to 2027. But this question is directed to viewers sad who keep on kanang putting off, no? Starting their fitness kanang journey. What would you tell them? Kanang magsige og next month na lang, and then himo na yung next year.
Just start.
Just
Just
Kana
start.
agad. Yes.
Okay.
Monthly diretso para dili masayang.
Yes.
Mo gid na.
but
Para mo tunga gyud.
para mo to nga.
But, yeah. Aside from that, it's all in your head. Yun. Discipline
Yeah.
yun na. If you want to change, you have to go.
Yes.
You have to move. Mo yun.
Ang una ra gyud ang lisod. So if
Yeah.
Yes.
in Bisaya na terms, once na you've made progress in your second day, the third day, makita gini mo ang progress, no, and you'll see results, and so mas mogana ka. So
The results.
ang una ra gyud ang lisod.
And if you keep going, manggod sad kay ma-develop siya as a routine,
Yes.
lifestyle.
Habit naman.
So, mura siyang
It becomes part of the
Yeah.
schedule.
It actually takes
maalam
21 days to form a habit.
21?
Yes, 21 days to form a habit. So
That's why
Gym ka
diretsog
21
monthly.
days.
Diretsog
Exactly.
monthly.
So monthly na mo guys. Go to Arcanys,
Uh-huh.
go to Vagabond, go
Oh.
to Matrix 516,
Pili
And
lang.
yes, and if ganahan pa mo na ma-develop ang inyong lifestyle and health, just subscribe to Diet
Diet in a box yun.
Sa ako, again, going back to my answer kanina, group class good or find an accountability partner. You know, in Cebu right now, we have so much fitness niches. You know, you have the pickleball group, so
Yes.
much pickleball, tennis.
Galing,
Right now,
sikat na
pickleball,
Yeah.
running.
Running.
Muna ang ano
Yes,
karon,
yeah.
pickleball,
Uso ron.
running. Sa paman, can we say
High rocks?
yeah, we can say
actually,
high rocks. Okay, high rocks. So that's another thing that's happening in the fitness world.
Yeah.
So really join a group. Kanang find a community now where you can
They
go with
support
people,
you,
support you because fitness should be fun. It shouldn't
Yes.
be
Yeah.
so much kanang dread ba, you know. In order for us to go out there and push ourselves, you should also have fun. Okay, mo nang also
Mo na
important
importante.
factor, yeah. Okay.
Dapat sa inyong group of friends, mag-agad-agad mo og workout ta, dili kay inom ta.
Diba?
Dapat workout
Yeah.
ta, let's get fit.
So normally sa setting kay kanang nindot pa kay inyong start mga grupo mga 5 mo kabuk, and then eventually
Okay.
ang
Buha
usa
na
kay
lang.
mawa na lang.
Sure,
And then ang katon lang tulo mo consistent, but ang ako lang masulti is with those 3 na consistent, you just need to always like communicate sa katon yung mga friends. If ni bail na gid sila, then you still have other friends or other people na murag matag along ninyo.
Or you can make friends in the gym.
Yes, exactly.
Friends in the gym.
I think the other angle lang before we move to Mike, no? Kay murag ikaw ang last word. Kanang the other angle lang about accountability and katong fun that you mentioned ba is I think the same applicability gyapon siya when it comes to work and even kanang career goals.
Yes.
Diba they always say
Anything.
surround yourself with the
Like-
people who share your passion.
Yes.
Diba? Instead of kanang sila mo extinguish. So same po siya, no? Because if you're surrounded by people who are also into fitness,
Yes.
then there's a higher probability that you would be able to follow through.
Yeah.
True.
No? So the last word is yours.
Amen. Last word.
Last word.
Like what?
No, about katong for viewers who keep on putting off ba.
Oh.
Na next week na lang, next month na lang, and then
sunod
before
na
we
lang,
know it,
same
next
group.
year na.
Yeah, I think muna gyud to.
At the
Like
same
group
group.
yun.
yeah, I think muna to ko input ato.
Okay, how
So,
about
yeah,
for
just
kanang
start lang yun.
how about for kanang mga individual ra?
Individual? I think you can just start running lang sa inyo ha.
Yeah.
No?
Running.
Yeah, start running sa inyo ha, and when you get bored and you still want to get like fit, pasingot, then visit Arcanys.
Yes.
Di ba?
Or bisag calisthenics lang, that's just body weight, you know. You really have no excuse na good kay body weight. Or you just
Eventually, you'll get serious mo good about
Yes.
this stuff. Yeah. I
Depende
mean,
lang.
even me, when I started, I wasn't really thinking about like being a competitive CrossFitter or calisthenics. Wala lang. Like, workout lang ko and stuff, and then people just kept inviting me, asking me, do you want to compete? Another competition, local competition and stuff.
Yes.
Try lang good. And, eventually I fell in love and,
Fell in love
with CrossFit. With fitness, yes.
Okay. Sige. So, ko alam, before we close, in a nutshell, ang takeaway lang gid ako ng conversation is just do it.
Yes.
So, put yourself into that situation or show up and then follow through. And then the best way to follow through is aside from discipline, we are able to maintain that if we're also surrounded by accountability partners or people who show the passion.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
And although February 14 is still kanang next month, no, but nasad ko na nahunahunaan, no, but and it applies still, no, whether relationship or even fitness, love is not a feeling, it's a decision. So I think it's also the same with fitness. You know,
Yes.
you just don't do it because feel nimo. No?
Yes.
Although you listen to your body, but you have to assess whether laziness pa ba ni or tinuod ni. No?
Yes.
Because kung laziness, then decide anyway.
Yes.
No? Sige, so there you have it. So now we receive some incredible advice from coaches who live and breathe what they teach. So thank you very much, Leo, Marcus, and Mike, for sharing your stories, insights, and even some laughs with us today. And it's clear that fitness is not just about the body. It's about discipline, mindset, and pushing ourselves to be better every day. And to our viewers, whether you are just starting out or trying to push past your limits, let today be the day you commit to yourself. I'm DJ Moises. Thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Headlines. We'll see you tomorrow for more stories, insights, and inspiration to help you live your best year yet. See you tomorrow.